All right, so this is going to be round. This is the round of what? It's a round of something. This game is
Round of
going to
six-
be
round of
pays
16.
Evelynn child support. Round of 16. Thank you, Chaos. This could be pays Evelynn child support versus collects Evelynn's child support. So it looks like pays Evelynn child support has to fight these guys in order to get out of their payment, and collects Evelynn's child support is trying to fight these guys so they can get their payment to give it to Evelynn. Evelynn's so popular. I don't know. I don't know what it is about her, but she's a everybody loves the Evelynn. Sometimes a little too much, I guess. But looking at the bans right now, if I can get some chat bans posted in the chat, in the stream chat, that would be
posted them.
excellent.
I posted
I can't
them
scroll
on
up right
the
now, unfortunately.
Oh, you just reposted.
Oh, okay,
Jace,
cool.
Kha'Zix, Teemo, and Kassadin.
Excellent. Jace, Kha'Zix, Teemo, Cassin are going to be your chat bans. There are 4 lobby bans that are done before we actually get over to champ select screen. So there are 10 bans total in this tournament. And you get rid of Jace because he's a good brawler. He's got long range. He's got some AoE damage. He's really durable. He's fast. Kha'Zix can jump over all kinds of walls. Insane single target damage. Highly mobile. Teemo gives great map control. Blinds are good. The periodic damage is good. Slow is good. He's fast. Kassadin, speed, durability, damage. It's a recurring theme right here. Durable, speedy, delay, damage. That's kind of how Dominion works. And we're seeing the bans here. It'd be Kale, Zyra, Wukong, Amumu, Elise, and Zac. Now, Kale is a champion whose damage can really run away and get completely out of control late game. Zyra, great zoning ability, lots of AoE. Wukong, durable melee character, armor reduction is nice to have. AoE airborne, very dangerous. Amumu, very durable, lots of AoE damage. He's got good mobility in fights, being able to bandage toss to targets. Such a long range on that if you can land it, and it's one of the easier skill shots in the game to land too, I think. Curse the Sad Mummy, great. When you just need to hit the stop button on a fight, you hit that, people get rooted, and it allows you to line up all sorts of combos with other champions like Lux or like Wukong. It gives time for J4 to line up an airborne. Oh yeah, Misfortune. That's a perfect example of an ult that you just walk perpendicular to it and you're fine. But if you're stuck in a Mumu's Curse the Sad Mummy, then she's just gonna run you over with that volley. And at least Spider champion, guys, I think you know a little bit about her. Her damage is good. She's got a stun. She's got a I'm in the sky.
And she explodes spiders. She has exploding spiders.
Spider! It's so good. Zac is I'm not sure what he is. I think he's made out of flubber or something.
Yeah.
Reset!
Yay! Yeah, anyways, the deal with Zac is Zac has strong initiation and is basically like a Mumu but slightly weaker, and usually you don't see... Usually because Mumu is almost permanently banned, you're going to see a lot of Zac. You see lots of Zac if people need that sort of that strong initiating power. For those of you that might remember what those picks were, we saw Nidalee by Infeed, and then Proverbs and Get the Beaked had Vi and Syndra respectively. Gander, you know Nidalee is... you know Infeed's Nidalee from her first-hand experience, don't you?
I'm scared. I think you just triggered my PTSD. Infeed plays... He plays very, very good Nidalee and a very, very good Teemo. And, dude, man, that guy will just... He's got the plays. And when I say the plays, I mean he's got the character control. He knows where, when, and how to position Nidalee for maximum effect. Sometimes he'll get up close, he'll be like, why are you doing that? It's just because he knows that it's a safe position to put her in. His awareness when he's playing that champion is... I don't know how to explain it. It just makes me frightened at how good he is. I'm surprised that Nid doesn't actually get banned against him, but the question is, where would you put Nid in the bans? There's really no good place to put her.
I personally would have replaced the Zac ban with the Nidalee ban. Off the top of my head, I don't think any of the PEX players have played that much Zac to be that much of a terror that I would willingly ban Zac over Nidalee.
That's a good point. You could do that.
Yeah. Vi, you saw collects Evelynn child support pick Vi last game. And that Vi pick just puts out a lot of burst and just puts out just so much damage. And then her ultimate is actually very effective at... Vi is actually notably one of the few people who is capable of catching Nidalee. Because although you might say Nidalee is very strong at kiting people, Vi just needs to land her Q into the auto E combo, and then when Nidalee pounces away, Vi is just going to ult Nidalee again, because in-feed builds are relatively squishy Nidalee, and Vi is going to ult Nidalee and then get some free auto attacks off on Nidalee while Nidalee is suppressed from the Vi ultimate, meaning that in-feed actually could be killed by this counter pick. Syndra, very strong bot laner, very strong kiting, very strong damage, and can put out a lot of burst.
Well, let's see who they end up taking for their next two champions. I got the summoner blockers up this time, guys, so you can't get me on it that time. And clocking down, we see seeing Confidaris, Budarice, Painkiller, Booberry still left. Are they gonna try and get their bottom laner now? That's one of the things that I'm thinking. They see Syndra on the other side. Confidaris played Syndra, a very good bottom laner with Syndra. But, oh, nope, gonna go for Pantheon instead. Because I don't think they know how to read that Syndra pick on the other side. Having never played against this team before, it could really go either way. And it looks like we're gonna see a Blitzcrank and a Pantheon. A Pantheon's a champion that we are well versed in seeing here in DominateDominion tournaments. He's a very durable character. He's got a sort of a global map presence with the Grand Skyfall, and there we go, there's Leona. Leona, another character who's highly disruptive. And so maybe we're going to see Booberry on Leona.
Yeah,
don't tell me the active game's not found. It's right there.
Yeah, it just popped up. Yeah, that just popped up for me also. Leona again has that strong initiation, which can be initiation. You'd be surprised at how important initiation can be on Dominion, because if you don't have a strong initiator, they can just stand on a point all game, and you can't really do a whole lot about it. And then Pantheon. If this was Pantheon as a general pick is useful because his E very quickly applies Black Cleaver because it ticks very fast, mean lots of physical damage sources, which means lots of Black Cleaver stacks. However, it does not look like the Pantheon is going to be part of any sort of shred comp. And
we're seeing Morgana and Miss Fortune. You were just talking about Miss Fortune. Nice little coincidence that happens. Miss Fortune's ultimate is great. I think paired up with a good ultimate from Morgana is really going to give her a nice opportunity to deal a lot of hurt. It also has a very, very good range. Double up is also not to be trifled with either. You don't want to... I get caught by that way too many times when I play. The only problem with Miss Fortune is she doesn't have really any mobility at all. Yeah. That's the problem. If she gets caught, she will die. And I see that Zenith Blade there. And I think that might spell disaster. I don't see anything on their team that is going to enable them to keep people... Well, let's see. We've got the stun from Syndra. Yep. And we've got the Dark Binding from Morgana. That can stop a couple people.
They need a front line. I'm expecting a frontliner pick like, say, Jarvan next. Jarvan would work. I think the best pick for Dr. Prof Blue is Jarvan. Picking Urgot, Jarvan has that Cataclysm ultimate, which would lock people up for the Miss Fortune ultimate. However, it does not look like we're going to be seeing Jarvan. Looking at Painkiller and Booberry, Booberry with its Gragas bot. Booberry is the designated bot laner of Hex most of the time, not always. And Painkiller with his Ezreal, just sort of being extremely slippery and is going to be very hard for Vi to catch on to.
This is a very unorthodox team comp, something that we don't see very often. We're seeing Miss Fortune, we're seeing Morgana, we're seeing Renekton, and over on this side we're seeing Gragas. Now we have seen Gragas a couple of times, but not something that happens too often here. Gragas he's got good range. He can play sort of a zoning game with the casks, and he just can do a lot. He can put out a lot of hurt from a fairly safe distance. The problem is he's catchable. He's another one of those characters that you can just kind of straight up gank. So that's the only thing I worry about when there is a Gragas. Now, seeing Ezreal, who's one of the better AD carries that there is, you never know exactly where Ezreal is going to be, but you know exactly what he's going to do to you. As long as he's got that Arcane Shift up, he can be suddenly closer to you. When you thought you were out of range, he can reach you. Just when you thought that he was in range, he moves out of range with the Arcane Shift, and you can't hit him anymore. So, always a solid pick on this map. But they've got Booberry up there. We're probably going to see, Confi on Gragas, probably going to see that down the bottom lane. So it looks like we're going to have Leona Pantheon up top with Ezreal and Nidalee. Now, outside of Nidalee's spears, they're not rocking a lot of magic damage. And I have noticed that unless you have an absolutely absurd amount of magic resistance, the spears are just going to continue to hit you for a crazy amount of damage. So, I don't think it's necessarily that wise to counter build against it. I mean, you want to get one item for sure, but you're going to be, the only real way to deal with that, I think, is just killer.
Yeah. And bot lane, I am predicting Renekton going bot lane, with Syndra going up top. Renekton is a relatively unconventional bot lane, so I don't think that many people know the matchup, but the matchups versus Renekton. But Renekton can put out a lot of damage, and depending on how he builds, he can either just absolutely decimate you in one combo, if he's building mostly damage, or he can just get pretty tanky and just be extremely difficult to kill.
I gotta correct something that Arrows McCousland said in the chat. He says, once Curse went to a Dominion game, they went 5 Flash Ignite like scrubs. Well, Arrows, once upon a time, Curse went into a Dominion tournament, and they went 9-1 for the first weeks of that tournament, and they held the #1 spot up until they were taken out. So, Curse actually has the highest winning record in competitive Dominion compared to any other Summoner's Rift team that there is. So, there you go, man. Oh, that's just for the, you're just talking about the LoL Olympics game? If you're just talking about that, you're not on Blast anymore. I will take my Blast back. I will put it in my briefcase for later. But, yeah, that's a little known fact. Some of the, top-tier Summoner's Rift teams that are out there have actually played a little bit of Dominion before, back in very early in Dominion history. Curse being one such those teams. Looking back at this game, though, that we have at hand, Chaos is now with the two teams having kind of completed their, putting their things together, making all their swaps and whatnot. I can pull these Summoner blockers down. Now, that aforementioned, do you think they've got what it takes to be able to get to Miss Fortune? Because I think Miss Fortune is going to be their primary source of damage, much in the same way that Caitlyn was their primary source of damage last time. You see, it's the same player playing it, Forgiving Truck, who played Caitlyn last game, is going to be on Miss Fortune this time. Do you think they're going to be able to keep her alive?
So the main dive is going to be coming from the Leona Pantheon combo, and it really depends on who they're sending top. I think Morgana can probably zone out either Pantheon or Leona by herself, especially with that absolutely devastating ultimate for locking up entire teams if she gets a solid 4-man ultimate off. However, we're either going to be seeing, if it's Syndra top, a more dive-heavy playstyle trying to take up Buddha Rice and infeed, or if we see Renekton up top. Well, if we see Syndra up top, then we're going to see a bit more protect the Misfortune with Syndra's bountiful crowd control. So I think it really depends on who they're sending top versus who they're sending bottom.
Well, we will have to see how it plays out once this game gets going here. We got a couple seconds more before we hit the loading screen. Remember, everyone, this is the DominateDominion.com League of Legends Dominion Tournament number 52. Next year, we break 1 year worth of competitive Dominion when we go to Dominate Dominion number 53. It's like the New Year's Eve for us over here. And we'll be bringing that game, those games to you next week. Tell your friends about it, guys. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Dominate Dominion, all those places. YouTube.com/DominateDominion, Facebook.com/DominateDominion, @DominateDom on Twitter, and the Twitch page. Man, you guys are here on the Twitch page already. Go ahead, click that follow button that's down there, and that way you'll notify every time the stream goes live, because we do more than just tournaments here, ladies and gentlemen. We also have gameplay going on during the week. We have various players and streamers that will be here to bring up some games for you. Come on,
okay,
Win7, don't freak out.
Yep, and so
Yeah.
looking at this load screen, Evelynn Child Support is actually the first team I've ever seen to be able to outrank Pays Evelynn Child Support because those diamonds are higher than those platinums.
Yep.
And because normally I'm used to just seeing Blueberry's diamond, and then the 3 platinums, and then the unranked of Confratarius, just sort of sitting there, showing that yes, it plays Evelynn Child Support, or it is not only a very good Dominion team, but is also good Twisted. But they're all good on Twisted Treeline and good on Summer's Rift. But Collects Evelynn Child Support is just showing that they might just have straight up better mechanics. If you're going to look to if you want to look to skins, Collects Evelynn Child Support is also winning. Because although Headhunter in Italy is a very good skin, and Painkiller is running that Manthian skin, Rune Wars, Renekton, Justiciar, and Blackthorn are all very excellent skins.
I don't think Syndra can see with that hat on.
Yeah. No, Syndra... Well, I will note that the new champion, Lysandra, may be giving Syndra a run for her money for the Insane Hats award. And we're looking at Syndra bot lane, which I think will be indicating a more dive-heavy focus, trying to nail down the very slippery Nidalee and Ezreal, and/or you could just call it the very slippery Infeed and Buderize.
Alright, and using that clairvoyance right there to get a little bit of a sense of what's going on here. And look at the starting items, nothing out of the ordinary. And it looks like that they, what are they doing here? What is going?
They're standing up top for the next clairvoyance. Yep, they're all standing up top for the next clairvoyance.
Probably weren't expecting that first one though. But look at the items; nothing looks out of the ordinary here. It looks like Vi is actually going for the tanky route again for her team, which is collects. I'm gonna call them collects and pecks. Otherwise, this is gonna get really confusing really fast. Collects Evelynn's child support on the right-hand side, and pays Evelynn child support on the left side. Pays Evelynn child support consisting of Infeed as Nidalee, Buderice as Ezreal, Confratarius as Gragas, Painkiller as Pantheon, and Blueberry as Leona. And on the right side, Make You Take Notes playing as Syndra, Get Bebeaked playing as Morgana, Proverbs the Wise playing as Vi, Dr. Professor Blue Crayon playing as Renekton, and Forgiving Truck playing as Misfortune. Run right through that clairvoyance. No fear at all of the watchful eye of Sauron, who is, I'm sure, looking down on us from somewhere, judging. A little bit of poke coming back and forth up at the top. That team on the right is Collects Evelynn's child support, pays Evelynn's child support on the left. We're referring to them as Collects and Pecs for the duration of the game here. Now the Dark Binding catches Buderice. You can't Arcane Shift out of that. They dive in, they get the stun, and there he goes. Right on out of the fight to safety. Renekton able to escape as well. See those health potions going right away there. Morgana heading up above the fight, able to put down some damage there, but revealing herself by using that pool. She gets picked off. Blueberry with the dive right there. Takes down Renekton. Not able to get Proverb in the exchange, unfortunately. And they get a pretty quick cap on the windmill there. Being able to pick that up before the 230 mark is a rather fast turnaround for a game of Dominion.
Yeah. I think it's something you can expect. Misfortune's going to needs to scale into the game a bit. Morgana doesn't really come into her own in big fights until she gets her ultimate. Bot lane is just going to be a poke fest between Syndra and Gragas, but looks like Make You Take Notes is actually winning this lane.
Yeah, that might change up later on, or it might change right now. Painkiller coming down, looking for the ganks right there. Needs that reveal, pops the ghost right there, and oh, that stun! That stun, she's retreating in the opposite direction, takes a spear to the back, gets a free trip back to the summoner platform. Meanwhile, up at the top, they are pushing some minions up in that tower, slowly chipping away at it. Blueberry starts the fight by coming around from the side there to break things up, takes a lot of damage in response to sticking his head out like that, but gives an opportunity for Buderice and Infeed to pick up a lot of hurt on the team right there. Infeed's looking for someone to tag with that spear. Minion, no! Minion's not a champion. You don't get that much gold for a minion. Infeed, what are you doing? Your target priority, I don't even.
Yeah.
Oh, so close.
Oh my.
And oh,
Spear of
there's
Justice.
the spear. Pantheon's got the backup spear.
Yeah, there's so many spears coming out. I guess we have learned today that polearms are a superior weapon.
Yeah, Ghost Spear. Oh, intercepted! Misfortune blocking that, so Vi is able to survive right there. And there goes the ultimate, able to kill Pantheon there. Renekton dashing up to try and connect with Blueberry, but I wouldn't get that close to infeed. Don't poke your head out like that when there's a Nidalee Spear. Your head will end up on it.
Especially how low they are. This is very risky play by Renekton and Vi trying to push. Although they are starting to outnumber, but Buddha Rice and Painkiller are coming in. And that Mandrop.
Painkiller able to come down and help out. Oh, the Nidalee Spear does not connect, unfortunately. Buddha Rice able to pick up that kill, and they're looking for Babeeked here. Babeeked is trying to get away. Infeed, uh-oh. Are we going to see this? Is this going to happen? Oh, the Dark Bind doesn't connect. It just lets him get a little bit closer, and nom, nom, nom. Delicious Morgana. Tastes like fallen hope.
Just counting revives that have been used, we have 0 revives used by Pays Evelynn Child Support, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 revives currently on cooldown for Collects.
We'll see if Collects is able to collect on these bills here down the bottom lane. Cinder's getting pushed a little bit further up towards her tower, but she seems to still be okay so far. Now Captain Blueberry leading the team right here. They're going on adventure, heading up for the top, cutting around behind Collects there. And Blueberry, uh-oh, did he get seen? Did he stick his head out? Oh, they found Babeeked over there, and they want to get a little bit of an engage. So up top, they know exactly what's going on there.
The neutralize. Oh, also note that I lied. Pex has actually used 2 revives so far.
And the fight breaks out there. Vi is taken down. They go for Misfortune next. They're able to defeat her. Morgana wisely backing away from the fight. Morgana knows that she really doesn't have anything on that, and it's better to be alive than dead. You don't want to rack up that time spent dead. So Babeek, knowing that there's really not much more he can do, backs off, waits a little bit, regroups with his team, and uh-oh, make you take notes.
Taken down bot lane. Make you take notes just completely juked out the Grog Assault there, showing that really the Confitarius' lack of border is really starting to show in this game.
Yeah, you need that border gives you extra aim. It gives you an auto aim if you have a high enough border, and he might be able to land those casts a little bit better if he had that perk. It's a little known fact, guys. That's why you got to get that.
Yep.
Up here at the top lane, however, Vi diving in for Ezreal. Got that spell shield up there, helping keep her alive a little bit longer. And I got the Randuins she threw down too, going all out there to try and take him down, but not able to do so. Now Renekton in the mix, trying to cut down Captain Blueberry, but Painkiller is the person you should be really worried about.
Beautiful Misfortune, however, just not able to do enough damage. Hex right now is just so tanky.
And they were able to get the neutral off on that point, which does stall the clock out for a little while, which is good, but they weren't able to get that cap like they wanted. And this is the quest objective point. So if Collects is able to get that point, then it could be a lot of good things for them.
We've got an issue down bot, though. Confiteer is actually able to take down Make You Take Notes and is going to get the cap, it looks like.
And Morgana tries to do something about that a little bit. But Grockus is down there. Oh, goes for the flash over. Are we going to see that stun right there? Yes, it is going to connect. Syndra coming in to capitalize on it? No, not yet. Morgana's just going to stay there and chip away.
Not even necessary. And Buddha Rice spamming the taunt, as is the classic Peck strategy. Missing.
Solar Flare doesn't quite connect the way that they wanted. Babeek getting stunned right there, getting picked off by Ezreal. Ezreal, your health is low. Ezreal, I'm scared for you. Ezreal. I
believe in Buddha.
I think he's okay.
Oh.
Nope.
That was dangerous.
Ezreal, I'm scared. Oh, fires off that ult up towards the top. Let's see how many people it's going to interrupt. Only Misfortune. Renekton able to get that neutral off on the tower there. And with them being as committed to that bottom point as they were right there, there's not a lot of people up at the top. Minions! Safety minions! Saves Renekton. Infeed getting tagged with a little bit of a slow right there. Misfortune making it rain. And not doing a lot of damage with that. So there they go. They got the top objective. They do have that windmill damage increase now. There goes the Clairvoyance up there to show them exactly what's going on. Misfortune trying to go... Oh, that cast! Knocking her straight back into harm's way. Confidarius dashing over as well. And now Vi getting taken down. It's going to be up to Babeek to defend this point up at the top here.
Yep. Yeah, bot lane, Buddha and Blueberry doing the duo AD carry support bot lane, taking notes from the Summoner's Rift teams.
and throwing that minion down there. Cinder knows where Leona is hiding out at, and it
Oh.
looks like she's gonna
So
get
much damage. So much damage.
She does get caught before she's able to get back to the platform. And Paizo and Child Support is still in a 3-cap position, so they're still doing okay right now. If they are able to get their home point back, though, then Collect might be able to start making something out of this. But for the moment, they're just kind of turtled up a little bit. Down the bottom, Vi making that dive in right there. Connects with Ezreal. There's the Misfortune ultimate right there, taking him down. Are they going to be able to unseat Blueberry? Yes, it looks like they are. Using Vi to chase her away. And Confidarius down from the top. There goes that damage right there. Storm Shield and everything else. Quick turnaround by Blueberry. Pops the Zenith Blade off to tag her and kill her. And they're still down at that bottom point. They're still defending it pretty strong. And up at the top of the map, however, they were able to turn that fight into a victory as well, which is going to put them up at 4 points as soon as they get rid of that troublesome minion.
Yep. And Grog is doing so much damage. Vi almost taken down. Yep,
Took a
Vi's
little
taken
bit,
down.
but they were able to get her. And now they've rotated the map again. The 3-cap has been traded places. Collects has that bottom point back, and up at the top it is owned by Hex. Uh-oh, Infeed getting caught. Infeed, that's not good. And that, oh my god, Confidarius' damage has gotten completely out of control up there. Did you see what he did to them?
Yeah, that was absolutely insane. If you look at gold counts, Syndra is actually significantly ahead of Confitarius when it comes to the gold count. So that may be important if they return to just a one-on-one lane. But it doesn't look like that ball lane is going to be one-on-one.
No, unfortunately, I don't think it will go that way. There's been a lot of action down there all game long. Vi over at the drill right now trying to defend that point. Ezreal getting shot at and punched and asked questions later. Pantheon coming down. We'll see how this plays out. Vi knows what's coming. She tries to go down. Intercepted by Infeed Paid Killer.
Yeah, not a lot they can do. For 4-person pressure at this top lane, and the neutralize goes down.
And Professor Blue Cran, nope. Oh, he didn't. He knew that spear was coming. He knows enough to walk out of the way of that. The cast going over the wall right there, and oh!
The spear connects. This is why you ban Nidalee, guys.
Ban spears.
I would almost summarize this game as don't ban Zac, ban Nidalee, guys.
Don't let Infeed have Nidalee or Teemo. Each one of those will be a recipe for unmitigated disaster. Vi heading down this bottom point right now.
Blueberry with the excellent stun combo, but still not quite able to actually take down a Cinder. Cinder just does way too much damage.
Ooh, gets the ball shove off right there. And uh-oh, chipping away at Confi. Confi does connect, though. Is he going to be able to do this? Oh, narrowly, yes. If she had just a little bit more health or a little bit more time, she would have been able to take down Confidarius in that engagement, I think.
Yeah. Just took a little too much damage from Blueberry there.
Uh-oh, Misfortune retreating towards the enemy tower. That's not a good place to be. There's lots of minions in the way. Oh, Infeed's got that Blackfire Torch rolling right now. Now no one is safe for those spears that narrowly avoid getting the killing blow. They are going to tick for that extra damage now. Blackfire Torch gives them that additional pen as well, which puts even more damage out from each one of those spears. However, the weakness is that Nidalee's got the spear, and then not a lot after that. Oh, Vi with the dive up here at the top. Ezreal, nope. Arcane shifts out of that, gets a little bit of distance. They start beating up on Painkiller instead.
Morgana ult right now. Lots of damage coming out. However, will Infeed be able to clean it up? Wow, Blueberry doing so much damage. CC into the Nidalee spear. Again, this is why Leona is very effective. She provides so much crowd control and is able to just do so much damage with the passive procs.
Babik able to stay alive a little bit up there. And down at the bottom lane, though, Make You Take Notes has gotten this tower neutral, and it looks like, as you said, he is starting to kind of get the one-up on Confidarius as the game goes on. He's just throwing those orbs so quick right there. And Forgiving Truck trying to get the cap in, Confidarius scooting up. Uh-oh, Pantheon's coming down, and I'm scared for everyone on Collect's team right now. And there, cleaning that up real quick, Ezreal and Pantheon, full bottle of Windex, spraying that around the bottom lane to clean things up a little bit. It's going to give Make You Take Notes a trip back to the Summoner platform, but with that revive, gets back out on the field instantly with full health and mana against a not so full health and mana anyone else.
Yeah. Blueberry whiffing that Zenith. If Make You Take Notes gets away, that Zenith would be the difference. However, Make You Take Notes was not able to get away, but did put out a lot of damage onto Buddha and Confitarius.
Confitarius been calling down there in the bushes up at the top lane. Things a little bit different, a little bit of a different engagement going on up there. Whereas it was multiple people versus one there. It's the opposite effect up here at the top. It's Painkiller standing alone against all of Collects up here at the top point. But his teammates are en route heading up to the top. We got Leona and Gragas heading on up here right now. And Painkiller just living? No, not living. Survival method denied. Blueberry coming up to the top. Confidarius. Oh, that explosive barrel right there. Gonna do that extra damage. Lights him up with the sweeper. And Vi goes down. Point defended.
But Make You Take Notes bot lane just absolutely annihilating Ezreal's health. If Collects is going to get back in this game, they're going to have to at least neutralize this point right here. And it's going to be relying on Syndra just carrying them. However, I'm not entirely sure they're going to be able to get this point back, or this bomb point neutralized, as Pex is fully rotating down bot, except for Confitarius to hold up top.
With 4 people down here in the bottom lane, they're really not taking the advantage of there only being Gragas up top. You see them pulling all forces down to the bottom. It's leaving the drill wide open right now. It looks like Gragas is just looking for an opportunity to kind of go for that here. So we got a big mess down here at the bottom lane. Blueberry taking a lot of damage there. It looks like they might be able to get Blueberry down. Though, there's the cast from behind. Confidarius coming down in this fight. 5v5 situation down here at the Boneyard. And Gragas having to back away right there. And it looks like that's an engagement that Pex should not have gotten into under other circumstances. Because if they had not been in the position that they were in, that could have ended really badly for them, but they knew that they had just a little bit of time left that they had to buy, so they sent everyone down there, caused a giant mess that just soak up as much of that remaining time as possible to deliver them home the win. But if they had had another 30 seconds on that clock and they got swept there, it could have made a big opportunity for Collects to make a comeback. However, that planning really paid off, and Pex is going to take the victory.
Looks like we have another game to cast. Fatme has just invited me to the next game to cast. It looks like one of the games is starting a little bit late.
So which game?
Fatme has already invited me to the round of 8. Fatme to Heavy versus Awesome Explosions plus Loli, the 4 seed versus the 5 seed.
I want to see that because I haven't gotten them on camera yet. So we will.
Yeah, that
kick over
sounds
to
like
that.
an excellent game to watch.